Yo, 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 yo. Y'all know what it is. It's hashtag capital K, capital D, lowercase j, hashtag MooseyMontanna, hashtag RTL, hashtag podcast. Um, you know, like my guy says, put it in the comment section. There's two things that I wanna conduct today before I go in here and I get this workout in. I'm gonna start it off like this. I seen 50 Cent perform with Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo yesterday. I ain't even get a chance to see it live. He came out there and he did his thing, like, you know what I mean, like, and then you guys don't even understand the backdrop of it all. The backdrop of it all is that, you know what I'm saying, he did that This Is How We Do, and then the other one, Growing Up Confused, My Mama Kissing the Girl. Like, you know what I mean? He did those songs and made a statement last night, like, on top of it all, not only can I perform, you motherfuckers, but I'm using these fucking songs, you know what I'm saying, because they're in high demand, and I'm the one motherfucker that wrote them from the get-go. So 50, and then he comes out, you know what I'm saying, for the 2026, for the New Year's, he does it on ABC, because they know that, you know what I'm saying, that's the only channel Diddy can watch. You know what I'm saying? And him coming out on that channel. You know what I mean? Y'all say he's petty. Hey, I like it. It's funny to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's pretty much cleaning out Hollywood. You know what I mean? While we allowing this and allowing that, the president even said it. We're only allowing this and we're allowing that. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Male gender, female gender. That's it. There's no in between. There is no shaded gray. You know what I mean? So 50 caught some backlash about the performance last night. But again, I didn't see anybody stepping forward saying anything about, you know what I'm saying, the allegations that were about. They thought it was horrific with just the Cassie video alone. And, you know what I'm saying, that was a power move by 50 Cent. Call him petty or not, but he's in a position of power, just like one of his songs. So shout out to 50 and his performance last night. I think Uncle Murder fits in the G Unit pretty good. And I know the backlash of that story and how that came about, you know what I'm saying, and everything. And I also want to touch bases on the way people can be, okay? See, people hate to have to give you credit or hold themselves accountable. Them are two strong narratives right there. I'm going to say it again. People hate to give you credit and they hate to hold themselves accountable, okay? To what it really is. Not a false narrative, not a made-up narrative, not a fake narrative, but a real narrative. And people don't hold themselves accountable when, you know what I'm saying, the false narrative pretty much de-escalates itself because there's no truth behind it. You know what I mean? So, again, you know, it's crazy how people are these days because, you know, it's like they don't want to give you no credit. So, say for simple, you ever did this before where you go tell somebody something genuine, but because it was you that told them, they needed to hear it from somebody else. And they'll come back and they even forgot they even told you this, and you gave them, they were like, man, I don't remember who told me like the same thing, but yeah, old boy told me or old girl told me, you know what I mean, to do this and go about that. And I'm looking at this motherfucker the whole time like, motherfucker, I'm the one that told you it first. Duh. But people, again, people lack accountability and they lack giving you the credit. As people are saying now, giving you your flowers. You know what I mean? People will either swallow their pride or their defensive mechanism is their pride. to stand on whatever they stand on, even though they know the truth is the truth, even though they know they're in the wrong, even though that, you know what I mean, it's not right principalities behind it. People, because of their ego, and they hate to be wrong, or hate to give you credit, or hate to give you accountability, they'll stand on a false narrative before they face the real narrative. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. I've been doing this shit since 2013. So people can look at me all side-eyed all they want to, but you know, this is what I do. You know, hashtag RTL. Shout out to the unit, man. They out there doing it. I can't wait to see the first episode with you know what I mean, Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder. Again, Fabulous is shot, you know what I'm saying, did not even penetrate 50, because look it, he's speaking with action. He's coming out performing. And for those that want to talk, 50's got a hell of a catalog. I'm telling you right now, he had that motherfucker rocking last night. He had that shit. He did The Candy Shop. You know what I'm saying? All his big hits, you know what I'm saying? He did all those, and he had those motherfuckers going back to back. They hate it or love it. A lot of shit. Like, he's got a hell of a catalog, you know what I mean? And, you know, he was out there doing his thing. Man, I had to watch it twice, you know what I mean? So like I said, you know, they got this versus shit going on and whatever, but people are underestimating 50's catalog and how many songs that went, you know what I mean, quadruple platinum and fucking diamond, you know what I mean? So he's nationwide. And just think about how much fucking money he made to do that performance last night. It's not like he's out there for free. That motherfucker ain't gonna show up unless it's, you know what I mean, top dollar shit. So it's just next level shit. There's levels to this shit. And for you guys that are squawking at me because I say 50 Cent is my favorite, it's not because his lyrics, it's just because of the person he is. Just like, you know, Tupac Shakur. Look at his name. It's a king. His mom had him in prison. He was born in New York, moved him out to Oakland. And I watched a Tupac video, and it used to be West Side Connection, Cube and all them throwing up the West Side, until Pac took over. Pac took over the West Coast. And a lot of people from the West Coast love Pac, especially like E40. And you guys are sleeping on E40 because he's from the Bay. E40 got some real goons out there, man. Shout out to 40 and them, man. You know what I mean? I grew up on Hurricane and all that shit. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, you know, I'm about to take this podcast thing to a whole nother level, man. I just love doing it. I've been doing it for a long time. Just word of advice to certain people out there: you teach people how to treat you. If you don't stand on nothing and you're always a yes person, they say yes man, but I'm comparing, I'm not being what do you say, biased when I make this comment. So if you're being a yes person, you know what I mean, all the time, and not standing up for what you really, you know what I'm saying, for who you really are or how you really feel about a certain situation, when somebody's creating narratives, you know what I mean, then you're just a yes person and you're just a pushover, and you don't got to live your life like that, because anybody that's pushing these type of narratives around you is obviously clearly not your real friend, okay? Because, you know what I'm saying, if you're not around, you shouldn't have to worry about sneaking a video camera or a recorder in somebody's pocket to know how they really feel about you. You feel me? So sometimes us people get vulnerable to friendships and we ignore the red flags. And then, you know what I'm saying, next thing you know it's entitlement and all this other bull crap. Like, I'm only speaking from experience because, you know, I've been through it before plenty of times. And some people just act like you own the world, and you don't own anything. You know what I mean? You owe yourself the most because you love yourself the most. Nobody's gonna love you more than you love yourself. Remember that shit. Nobody's gonna love you more than you love yourself. And people will not give you credit or hold themselves accountable. That's very tough nowadays because people's pride, you know what I'm saying, is an issue, and they don't see that a pride is an issue. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm really good at all what I do. I can help people's relationships. I can help people with their finances, what decisions they need to make, you know what I'm saying, for the next step, go, all that. Why? Because I'm on a mission. I got tunnel vision, and the bottom line is, you know what I mean, I've had humble pie before, and I took my slice. I'm not walking around with this stigma for the rest of my life. I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to live the best time of my life and create a legacy, you know what I'm saying, before it's my time to check out. You know what I mean? And also be more concerned on where we're going after we check out. We got to put these things in aspect, because if we don't, you know what I'm saying, we're only living for days and we're not thinking about our tomorrows, because our tomorrows are never promised. You know what I mean? So you know what it is. It's hashtag MooseyMontanna, hashtag capital K, capital D, lowercase j, hashtag King Status all day, every day, hashtag podcast, hashtag content, hashtag music, and hashtag King Status all day, every day, hashtag RTL, baby. We are in the building. We are out. Peace and love, and may God come first.